I'm Camelia. This is KiniNews. Lima 2023 would be a great chance to get close to the latest and greatest products the maritime and aerospace industries have to offer. However, the Kedah MB has other things on his mind. A bowl of laksa.
Kedah Menteri Besar Muhammad Sanusi said he will continue to attend federal government events despite allegedly being barred from them. This includes the Langkawi International Maritime and Aerospace Exhibition 2023 next month. He vowed to attend even as a public visitor. Sanusi joked that he would sit by the Langkawi airport runway while eating laksa from a nearby hawker stall to watch the exhibition. Elaborating, he said he would take a pair of binoculars, buy a folding table and sit by the airport runway's fence. He was quoted as saying this by the New Straits Times after chairing the Kedah State Executive Council meeting at Wisma Darul Aman yesterday. He claimed that as Kedah's Menteri Besar and the Langkawi Development Authority chairperson, preparations have already been made for him to attend Lima 2023. Deputy Defence Minister Adli Zahari told the Dewan Negara earlier this week that Sanusi was not banned and was invited to attend next month's exhibition. The Deputy Minister added that Sanusi was also invited to Lima 2023's launch in Kuala Lumpur recently and was present at the event.
Are Malaysians selling their kidneys to make enough money to survive? One viral TikTok was seen as a cry for help earlier this week, but the maker of the video has apologized because it appears he just wanted some attention.
A man has issued an open apology for claiming in a viral TikTok video that he has been driven by desperation to sell his kidney. The man, who goes by the username Daddy Casey, said he made the claim due to debt issues that he faced.
Saya harap pemohon maaf saya ini dapat diterima oleh kerajaan Singapura. Begitu juga kepada kerajaan Malaysia yang mana orang menyalahkan mengenai kedesakan hidup sebab ni sebab tu. Saya memohon maaf juga. Sebab memang betul benda tu memang terdesak tapi tidak sampai untuk saya.
He also apologized to his followers over the matter. A check by Malaysia Kini found that the TikToker had posted a series of videos explaining and justifying the reason for his decision to sell his organ. He admitted using footage taken when he was attending a job interview in Singapore to gain more viewers and affiliates, but acknowledged that nothing came out of it. It is not ascertained that Daddy Casey's claim was the one referred to by MACC MP Wan Ahmad Faisal Wan Ahmad Kamal, who in Parliament last week claimed that Malaysians are struggling to survive to the extent that some had to sell their kidneys. DAP's Bandar Kuching MP Kelvin Yee had previously demanded proof from Wan Faisal over his claim, which he said was a serious allegation.
With the state elections not too far away, Bersatu is more and more desperate to regain access to its bank accounts. Will it be good news or bad news? They'll have to wait more than a month to find out.
Bersatu will know on May 17th whether it obtains a court green light to commence a legal challenge to unfreeze its two bank accounts. The party is also seeking to quash the travel ban on its president, Muhyiddin Yassin. The High Court in Kuala Lumpur today set the decision on Bersatu's application for leave to proceed with the judicial review to quash the MACC and the Immigration Department's decisions. In the event that the party obtains leave, the court will later fix a separate date to hear submissions from opposing parties on the merits of the judicial review. On March 8th, Bersatu filed the legal action to challenge MACC's decision to freeze its two bank accounts. It's also challenging the Immigration Authority's decision to ban former Prime Minister Muhyiddin from travelling. On February 1st, MACC Chief Commissioner Azam Baki confirmed that Bersatu's accounts were frozen as part of an investigation under the Anti-Money Laundering and Anti-Terrorism Financing Act.
Who leaked a letter on MACC's probe on Judge Muhammad Nazlan? We don't know, but what we do know is the letter is said to be genuine.
Najib Abdul Razak's lawyer Farhan Shafi has confirmed that Law and Institutional Reform Minister Azalina Othman Said sent them a letter affirming aspects of the MACC probe on Judge Muhammad Nazlan Muhammad Ghazali. Speaking to Malaysia Kini, Farhan said he is unaware how these letters have made it into the public domain, but they are authentic. Azalina, however, declined to comment beyond saying that questions on this issue should be posed to the former Premier's lead counsel, Muhammad Shafi Abdullah, instead. According to sources with knowledge on the matter, Shafi had written to Azalina asking her to confirm whether or not MACC had found Nazlan to be in conflict of interest when proceeding over the SRC international case. He also wanted to know if MACC found Nazlan had violated the judge's code of ethics. In her reply to Shafi, dated March 20, Azalina stated that his queries are answered in the affirmative. Nazlan, when he was a High Court judge in 2020, sentenced Najib to 12 years in prison and 210 million ringgit for corruption, abuse of power, and money laundering.
PN has chosen its negotiators who will be fighting to get opposition MPs better allocation from the government.
Barisan Nasional has named 3 of its MPs to hold negotiations immediately with Deputy Prime Minister Fadila Yusof regarding allocations for the opposition. Past Deputy President Tuan Ibrahim Tuan Man said the 3 MPs are Hamzah Zainuddin, Taqiyuddin Hassan and Muhammad Radzi Jidin. Tuan Ibrahim said Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim said the allocation is already there, so PN wants it to be proven. He added that the negotiations will be carried out in the near future, but they do not know the actual allocation amount. However, Tuan Ibrahim said the Prime Minister announced that he would give the opposition the same amount as government parliamentarians. He also said that PN will first monitor the developments of the negotiations and the conditions that will be imposed. The former minister said this in a press conference after delivering aid to the needy in Kota Baru last night. Anwar was previously reported to have reiterated the government's willingness to provide the same amount of allocation regardless of whether the lawmaker is in the government or the opposition bloc. However, the Prime Minister said the process needs to start with a negotiation process involving both parties to determine the approved parameters.
The Kedah Regional Development Authority has a new chairperson, and it's someone you may recognize.
Former UMNO MP Abdul Aziz Abdul Rahim has been appointed as the new chairperson of the Kedah Regional Development Authority. This was announced by Deputy Prime Minister Ahmad Zahid Hamidi yesterday. Zahid said the move will strengthen ties between Putrajaya and the Kedah government. According to Asra Awani, Zahid said the allocation for Kedah, especially through his ministry and Kedah, should be implemented properly. He said this is because the performance of the allocation will be evaluated by the outcome that can be felt by the rakyat. Zahid stressed that public satisfaction is not measured by the number of projects, but the benefits received by the public. Kedah is one of 5 regional authorities under the Rural Development Ministry aimed at developing rural economies by developing entrepreneurs in rural areas. It provides training and has some funds to build infrastructure. Kedah also has subsidiaries in the real estate and hospitality industry. Abdul Aziz is currently the Kedah UMNO Deputy Chief and was a 2-term Baling MP. During the November 2022 elections, he was defeated by PAS's Hassan Saad.
Some PN lawmakers may not have the best Dewan Rakyat attendance record, but according to a PAS leader, it's justified because they won't have a chance to ask the Prime Minister questions anyway.
The absence of 3 main PN leaders in the Dewan Rakyat during the Prime Minister's question time session does not need to be an issue. This is according to past Deputy President Tuan Ibrahim Tuan Man. He said many people misunderstood the need to be present during the PMQ session every Tuesday. Tuan Ibrahim said during the PMQ session, not everyone can ask questions to the Prime Minister. He added that even if past President Abdul Hadi Awang was present, he would not be able to ask questions. He explained that only those who ask the oral question can do so. When the Prime Minister answers, the same person can ask additional questions and not just anyone can interrupt. The Kubang Krian MP added that the questions are subject to Dewan Rakyat session rules. As such, he said the issue of the main opposition leaders not being present in the House during PMQ should not arise. He also said PN has more than 70 parliamentarians and the absence of leaders is just an issue raised to portray the opposition in a bad light. Last Tuesday, Communications and Digital Minister Fahmi Fadzil expressed his disappointment that opposition leaders did not take the opportunity during PMQ to ask Anwar questions. Among those who did not attend the session last Tuesday were Opposition Leader Hamzah Zainuddin, PN Chairperson Muhyiddin Yassin, and Hadi.
And that is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to KiniTV.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook for the latest news updates. If you'd like to support independent media, do consider subscribing to MalaysiaKini.com. I'm Kimilia. Thanks for watching.